And Lamar Jackson, man, Lamar Jackson, this is his chance. This is his chance. If he wants to end his career as a Baltimore Raven, he has to step up to the plate and he has to become a champion. There is no tomorrow for Lamar Jackson. You know why? Does anybody know why there is no tomorrow for Lamar Jackson?
Because it's going to be some changes in Baltimore.
The money, man, the amount of money is about to make his cap hit to the team is just too high, right? No one wants to pay it, and no one wants to deal with that cap hit, right? So if Lamar wants to remain the quarterback for the Ravens past this season, it is imperative he wins the Super Bowl or at least makes it to the Super Bowl. And if he don't, it is a strong, strong possibility this will be Lamar Jackson's last season with the Baltimore Ravens. Like I said, because of the money.
You saying the Super Bowl, they got to make it to the playoffs first.
They got to make it to the playoffs. But we talk about Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson, man. Lamar Jackson right here. Ravens facing $60 million Lamar Jackson decision. That could lead to a blockbuster trade. And it goes right here. You got to read this from the screen. Sorry, y'all. I brought this up a few times, and I'm still not sure how likely it is that there's a change here. But the Ravens have to do something with Lamar Jackson's contract or move on. He has 2 years left at $51.25 million per year in base salary and no Super Bowl. But none of his remaining money is guaranteed. So they're not obligated to give Lamar Jackson this money. You understand what's going on here? At the cap hit for next year, balloons to $74.5 million. That's one player. That's a cap hit for one player. The Ravens needs to extend him. Well, let me read that again. The Ravens need to extend him to get that cap hit down, or else they need to trade Lamar Jackson, which obviously would open up yet another quarterback one position for next season. Jackson has a no trade clause, so he have some say in this if the Ravens decided to explore options. They would be replacing him with a better player because they wouldn't be replacing him with a better player because there really aren't any better players. But given that Jackson and Coach John Harbaugh have won a total of 3 playoff games together since Jackson was drafted in 2018, it might be worth the Ravens examining whether a new extension is in excess of $60 million per year is the best way for them to build their team moving forward. Lamar Jackson. I don't know, man. I don't know. Lamar Jackson and the Ravens are at a crossroad, man. And I don't think it's looking good for Lamar Jackson. I don't think it's looking good for Lamar Jackson. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, too, on the other hand, you will start to hear a lot of noise and things that maybe the Ravens were complaining about that never got out or was let out of the building about Lamar Jackson, bad habits and him, the way he studies and him as a teammate. You'll start to see articles because now it's time to try to diminish Lamar Jackson's value. Try to stop a team from giving Lamar Jackson what he deserves, right? Because the Ravens want to, if they can, they'll keep him for cheap. If they could get him for $20 million a year, they'd definitely keep him,
They're trying to change the narrative.
You might start to see, and hear these type of things coming out about Lamar Jackson, And the other thing about being a franchise elite legacy type quarterback, if Lamar Jackson is traded, I think that automatically the expectations diminish for Lamar Jackson, unless he regains that status as the guy at quarterback. When the day that Lamar Jackson leaves Baltimore, I think the expectations automatically go down a little bit for Lamar Jackson.
Oh, you said for Lamar Jackson?
Yeah, I think so. And this possibly might be this last season. So next season we may see Lamar Jackson with a new team. And Lamar Jackson's best chance to win a Super Bowl is in Baltimore. Mm-hmm. Baltimore has invested a lot of time, a lot of resources, and money into building a team around him. Having Derrick Henry as a weapon is his biggest asset. And without Derrick Henry on the same team as Lamar Jackson, I don't know how much success Lamar Jackson can have without Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry is a big time weapon. He's a huge difference maker to have on the team.
That's how they won the game this past weekend.
Exactly.
Derrick
I'm not
Henry.
sure if Lamar Jackson has as much success as he's been having without Derrick Henry. Because Lamar Jackson isn't one of those quarterbacks who can just sit back there and pass, like I say, 40 times a game and just be successful without any running game. You know, he needs a lot of things to go right, especially a system with a good coordinator as well. You know, yeah, he can be good. Yes, he has a high percentage passing rate, completion percentage, right? But I think that is all designed systematic plays for Lamar Jackson, right? I don't know, man. This final game against the Steelers, I'm not sure if the Baltimore Ravens should start Lamar Jackson in this game instead of Tyler Huntley. Tyler Huntley put together a solid game, man, and he got the Baltimore Ravens to where they at. So
I don't know. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot on the line in this game. This is either you make the playoffs or not. You win the AFC North or not. So you paying this quarterback to be there to win that game.
You got to play him, huh?
You got to play him. Like that's what you're here for.
Yeah, but you got to play him. But at the same time, you got to win.
Mm-hmm.
Did Lamar Jackson look as good as Tyler Huntley before he went injured reserve? Did Tyler Huntley look good enough to possibly give the team everything they need to win and move forward, right? And that is a big decision that needs to be made. Lamar Jackson missed a full week of practice and didn't play.
Right.
Now all of a sudden, and that's part of the problem with the Baltimore Ravens. They feel like he's being injured too much. Maybe he's playing games and missing practice and not wanting to play, and he's not really injured. You know, there are so many different problems and situations that can be going on that, you know, that they're trying to deal with. And if Tyler Huntley's mess around and start this final game, man, you can.
I remember Huntley. I remember Huntley started in the playoffs against the Bengals that one year.
Yeah,
when Lamar was
man.
out.
Tyler Huntley has been around for a while, man. He's been around for a while, man, and he plays some good football. He's a very athletic young man, athlete, and he can get the job done just like Lamar Jackson can, man. So it's not a big deal. It's not a big difference, you know.
They should have beat the Bengals in the playoffs that game too when they fumbled at the 1 yard line. The Bengals ran it back. I don't know if you remember that, but I remember that Tyler Huntley could have won that playoff game versus them.
Yeah. But yeah, man. If the Baltimore Ravens decided to move on from Lamar Jackson, man, Lamar has expressed his desire to play for the Miami Dolphins. And if that happens, I don't know, man.
What?
I definitely can't see Lamar Jackson winning in Miami. Miami has too much of a losing history deep down in this Miami football out here, man. I think
Lamar A-Chan can't change that. Man, Lamar A-Chan.
He needs a physical running back, not no fast finesse outside running back. He needs a running back that is going to plummet or all over the defense, just like Derrick Henry, you know. And at the same time, what is this about is Lamar Jackson in his sixth year, right? In his career?
I think a little bit longer than that.
Probably a little bit longer than that, right? At this point in Lamar Jackson's career, he's fighting an uphill battle because of the style of play and the wear and tear from him being in NFL and taking all those hits. Now, that's the other issue, right? How does a team or the Baltimore Ravens feel about Lamar Jackson missing 4 games a year and paying him $60 million or $50 million a year at the same time? That maybe doesn't add up as well too. So all these things can be big reasons why the Baltimore Ravens may not want to deal with Lamar Jackson past this season.
Yeah, that's true. But I think he'd be good in Miami. I don't know about that because he'd be back in that warm weather and he can win games under 40 degrees. Miami, they have a quarterback can win a game under 40 degrees. Lamar can.
I don't know. Man, the next coach that Lamar Jackson plays for, man, listen, Lamar better fit that system. If the next coach that it gets excited about Lamar Jackson, they better have a system that is prepared and designed exactly for Lamar Jackson. They better not bring Lamar Jackson in and expect Lamar Jackson to work their system and to fit in their system, because it's not going to work. We give Lamar Jackson a lot of credit for being accurate and being an accurate passer and having a high completion percentage, but really his success in the passing games come from the Ravens' ability to run the football with Derrick Henry and also himself, Lamar Jackson. That is the cornerstone for the Ravens' philosophy of winning, right? Mm-hmm. The physical force of Derrick Henry in the running game and Lamar Jackson being a huge threat with his legs and his arm, at the same time. That is what makes the Ravens have success. Without that combination, man,
honestly,
I don't see Lamar Jackson.
You've been seeing it this year. Like Lamar hasn't been running the ball as much this year, and he hasn't been hitting the tight end in the middle of the field. That used to be his two things. Like Mark Andrews or Isaiah Likely used to get a lot of catches down the middle of the field for a lot of yards. That they barely getting the ball, and Lamar Jackson barely running the ball. That's why you see that, like, right now they playing for usually they got the playoff locked up by now, but taking it to the last week to win the game. Not only Lamar missed the games, but they ain't that same Lamar offense that we've seen in the past.
You've seen, it would be interesting, man. It'd be interesting to see Lamar Jackson being coached in another system and see how successful of a quarterback Lamar Jackson can be at this point in his career, man. Of course, man. I know he played for different defensive offensive coordinators. But, just being in a different team that hasn't built this team around you for years and used all their resources because of you being that quarterback. They need you to come change things based on who you are and based on what is already there. I want to see if Lamar Jackson can do that, man. He gets all the credit in the world, man, even if he ain't getting Super Bowl. That's how I feel about it, But on the other hand, that brings me to another situation with Shedeur Sanders. That brings Shedeur Sanders back in the conversation. If Lamar Jackson is a Raven next season, did Shedeur make the correct decision by not going to the Baltimore Ravens and asking the Baltimore Ravens not to draft him? What Shedeur be the starting quarterback for the Ravens next season? It's still a big if, man. It's still a big I don't know. Shedeur Sanders is thriving in Cleveland right now, and that looks like the best decision. So